Schools are the epicenter of churning out the future of any country or nation. But what happens when this future of the nation spends his majority of the time in an unhealthy atmosphere? Studies have shown that the conditions in schools are inadequate and often significantly worse than in offices and dwellings, which are known to reduce comfort and can cause serious health problems. And it's very unfortunate that children of age going to school are vulnerable as their bodies are still growing. It is very important to understand that all conditions that shape indoor environmental quality in classrooms influence children's learning, progression, and their overall performance. Hello and welcome. My name is Yogesh and I have been in the field of HVAC for many years and I've observed the impact of indoor air quality and sick building syndrome on occupants. And my attempt through this video is to create an awareness about poor indoor air quality in schools and its impact on children's health. And hence, our topic of this video is what are the effects of poor indoor air quality on children in school? So let's begin this important topic. There have been a lot of surveys, research, and findings on the indoor air pollution in various buildings and especially schools by different authorities. For example, we have an article from the National Library of Medicine. National Library of Medicine is operated by the United States federal government and is the world's largest medical library, and they have published an article on impact of school air quality on children's respiratory health. So let's see what the article mentions. This is an article by National Library of Medicine. The name of the article is Impact of School Air Quality on Children's Respiratory Health. And the aim of this article was to analyze the indoor and outdoor air in a school and check if association exists between indoor air pollutants and children's respiratory health. Then the setting and the design was such that they selected children of age between 9 to 11 years from 5 different primary schools, and the results which they got were alarming. The carbon levels and the particulate matter was much higher than the World Health Organization thresholds, and the indoor ozone levels exceeded the mean European school indoor ozone concentration of 8 micrograms per meter cube. And then there was also high exposure to formaldehyde, NO2, that is nitrogen dioxide, and ozone was associated with atopy in children. So the results were not so good when these studies were done. Now let us see what US EPA says. First of all, a small brief on the EPA. As per the Wikipedia, the Environmental Protection Agency EPA is an independent executive agency of the United States federal government tasked with environmental protection matters. The EPA has its headquarters in Washington, D.C. The agency conducts environmental assessment, research, and education. It has the responsibility of maintaining and enforcing national standards under a variety of environmental laws. So this is an article from US EPA, that is US Environmental Protection Agency, and the article is on students' health and academic performance. It's a quick reference guide. They mention that students' health and it's a known fact that children are inherently more vulnerable to environmental hazards because their bodies are still developing. Substandard environment due to inadequate cleaning and insufficient ventilation causes serious problems to children's health, and there is a sufficient evidence that indoor air quality directly impacts health and students' academic performance continues to mount. IAQ. Now, how is indoor air quality defined? IAQ, or indoor air quality, is defined is refers to characteristics like indoor pollutants, humidity and temperature, etc., which impact human health and comfort, are at acceptable levels, which provide occupants ability to perform and stay healthy. And taking steps to improve IAQ in schools is critical to bettering students' health and academic performance. Now, building the case with evidence. Building the case with evidence, there are a lot of scientific evidences that demonstrate an association between IAQ and human health effects. Various issues like maintenance issues or chemicals used for cleaning affect indoor air quality. These chemicals evaporate in the school atmosphere and keep circulating through the air conditioning machines. As air conditioning machines do not ventilate, they just keep on circulating the same air in the room by making it cool. So after a certain time, air tends to lose its natural ingredients of oxygen and increasing carbon dioxide levels inside the room. The scientific evidence is mounting. Now, qualitative and quantitative evidence is demonstrating the relationship between indoor air quality and human performance, and productivity has become more robust. And there are a lot of studies which have demonstrated that improved indoor air quality increases productivity and improves the performance of mental tasks such as concentration and recall in both adults and children. This strengthens the case for schools to develop indoor air quality management plans, which include critical maintenance tasks, and as a key part of an education development strategy, it can be done. Then then there are evidences from scientific literature which mentions schools should carry out a structured maintenance program, which is a cornerstone of academic performance and IQ. There are evidences from scientific literature that there are key areas in which schools can take actions to improve indoor air quality in order to improve health and performance of students and school staff. Managing your school environment, uh, despite the operating tight operating budgets. Now, what they mention over here is schools board and administration often think maintenance budgets, do not affect the core academic performance, but there have been scientific studies on this and they prove it the other way around. Good indoor air quality improves the performance and hence the results. Actually, schools with better physical conditions show improved academic performance. And finally, the effects of air ventilation on health and performance. Actually, these are the solutions provided by the US EPA. They mentioned that most schools, the ventilation rates are below the recommended levels. Now, ASHRAE, which is American Society for Heating, Refrigeration and Air Conditioning Engineers, has defined standard for the ventilation for different type of occupancies of buildings. So there is a standard for school too. The ventilation provided in school should match these standards for ensuring good indoor air quality, because good indoor air quality reduces transmission of infectious diseases, improves overall health and productivity, and improves performance among students. It was also observed in one of the test scores, students in correctly ventilated schools and classrooms scored 14 to 15% higher than students in lower or less ventilated schools. Moreover, air conditioning affects the occupant's health and its maintenance should be done correctly. Air, which is supplied by the air conditioners, is the air you breathe continuously. It is very necessary to check the internals of the air conditioning machines for its performance and cleanliness. There is a continuous dripping of condensate or water from the cooling coil in the drain pan. This water should be drained continuously without any stagnancy because stagnant water can be a breeding ground for various insects and mosquitoes, which can again spread diseases like malaria, etc. So, this is a complete article by US EPA, which is United States Environmental Protection Agency, on students' health and academic importance. This is the level of importance they have provided for the indoor air quality. So, in the solution provided by the US EPA for ventilation, we verify the ventilation rate as per the ASHRAE standards and provide demand control ventilation systems for your schools, offices, buildings, hotels, whatever, to monitor and control your carbon levels and volatile organic compound levels. We would like to request you for a meeting and a site visit to identify the exact problem so we can provide you the correct solution. Moreover, our HVAC audits identifies the status of your air conditioning machines and verifies the efficiency, which can be helpful for you in your future energy saving. As HVAC systems or air conditioners consume almost 50% of the overall energy, and if suppose there are problems which are unnoticed, then the energy consumption could go much higher and keep on draining from your organization's profit. So if you have any requirements in HVAC, please do not hesitate to call or write to us. And thank you for listening to me, and thanks for your time. Stay safe, stay healthy.